So what is astrology? Astrology is the logy of astrology, the logic of stars. To keep it simple, the logic of the stars. It's like not only the logic of the stars, but like the logic of star systems and how they interact with each other, the science of it. And you can apply this to the human realm. You can apply this to, when I say apply to, you can take the information that you learn through the study of these things and apply those lessons or use those realities that you discover to discover things about humanity, because we are not separate from these star systems. So let's look at the cosmos and see like what's really going on, right? Really, we just living in light and sound. It's just light and sound at different frequencies, different bandwidths, all of that, right? So sound impacts light. Now, it's light and it's sound just radiating throughout the cosmos. Now, if you look at just chaos or nu or the nothingness or the primordial void and all of that, that was light and sound too. It just wasn't structured according to how we see structure. It's just light and sound, infinite possibilities of it. But at certain configurations or relationships of light and sound will impact, reverberate, and vibrate this light in such a way that it gives it structure. If you can't follow, meditate on what I'm saying. You gotta visualize it and you gotta feel it. This sound impacts the light in a way that it gives it a structure. Now this structure, it may form and then dissolve. Okay, it wasn't a structure that was made to last. Form and then dissolve. This is really how it is right now. All the structures that you see will eventually dissolve. So then it's a matter of how long can I make this structure last? This is sound talking, right? The mind, intention. How can we make this structure last as long as we need it to last so that we can accomplish what we need to accomplish within it and on it? That's the game, right? Creation. We building shit with our thoughts, with our sound, with our words. We building shit. We're structuring light. So this is how the cosmos is structured, how it started, how it was birthed, how it formed, how it is forming right now. Light and sound is still all there is. It's still traveling throughout the cosmos, and it gets to the point where it's fractal. So this light and sound create structures, and these structures then manipulate the light and sound. These structures and the movement of the structure, the movement of energy within the system, it impacts how this light and sound is moving. So that's like, bro, you got light, you got suns, right? And suns are portals. Suns are information machines. They're like intention machines. There are spots of intense implosion within this void, right? Within this sea of unformed information. They are what forms it. And they surround themselves with planets. These planets help them give form to the information that they are channeling. So how do they do that? These planets revolve around these suns in a machine fashion. These suns also, like I said earlier, they revolve around other stars. What I'm talking about with the solar system is really what's happening throughout the whole universe, and we'll get to it. So you got a solar system, a sun with these planets revolving around it. This sun is producing and emitting light all the time. This light is going out into infinity, but it's being manipulated by the gravity and the movement of these planets. So as these planets move around it, it's bending the light, it's magnetizing and manipulating the light at certain frequencies. Each planet spirals around the sun at a specific speed, at a specific distance, for a reason. It's very scientific. And if they didn't, if they was to fall out of line, then it's like the system would collapse. Astrologers, they see this, right? And then they observed. This is a process that took a long time. Talking about probably millions of years to understand something like this, even to just identify something like this, because it's hard. How would we even know that this was going on just with our eyes? We're just walking around living life, especially if we had to just survive, right? This is shit that you start tapping into once all your survival and base level needs are taken care of, and you like, all right, where the fuck am I? Like, what am I here for? Type shit. Or you could look at it like, okay, you want to know what you're here for and stuff. You want to know who you are. You want to do good by reality, because the reality is doing good by you. And also, it's like, man, I want to create some shit, bro. And you start to create stuff, and it's like stuff is going wrong. It's like, all right, but when nature creates a tree, like the tree, it creates and it lasts. So it's like, what rules or laws? What does nature know that I don't know? What does the tree know that I don't know, that it could create something so elegant for so long, so efficiently? What does the tree know that I don't know? What does the sun know that I don't know? So you start to study the laws that govern reality. You start to study how this universal system works, so that you can identify yourself within this system and see what role you play, and how use these laws to create what you want to create in a harmonious fashion, benefit yourself and the whole at the same time, because they're one and the same. You can't take from the whole forever and expect it to not backfire on you. How is it so accurate? How does the energy of the zodiac or the horoscope, how does it actually manifest? Like, man, fuck that commercialized horoscope shit. No, it's not. I'm not saying it's wrong, because like most of the time it'd be right. It just be so basic that it's like, and it'd be so naive, and it just be for money and shit, and it's like you throwing people off. That's not how deep astrology goes. I ain't gonna say it's not astrology, but that's not the essence of it. And they're not telling you how it works. How does the energy actually, how does it work? How is it accurate? How does it manifest? Well, if you look at it, the planets that are closest to the planet of Earth and the star that's closest to Earth, the system that the Earth is in, these planets, these other beings, they're gonna impact the being of the Earth the most. It's a family. So let's say if you are a child, you exist. You got brothers and sisters. Those would be the other planets. You got a father and mother and shit. That's the sun and well, what about Saturn and shit, right? But that's the sun and the moon, father and mother, and grandparents. All of you got a community. What your community does, what they speak about, what they think about, the actions that they take, the stuff that they build, the frequencies that they operate on are going to impact you directly. It's the same thing that happens with the Earth. So where Saturn and Jupiter and all of that, whatever constellation that they are in, they have magnetic fields as well. They channel energy, and light. They manipulate sound. That energy from the other stars, it's also traveling. So from the constellations, right? The energy of a constellation is a composite or a combination of star systems. That's a constellation. So the energies of those constellations, of those star systems, they're traveling to us. It's taking a long time, but they're traveling to us. So when a planet is what we call in that constellation, from our perspective, that planet is directly channeling that energy and shooting it towards the Earth. So the planet has its characteristics, the constellation has its characteristics, and also the house. You know what I'm saying? The house would be like the latitude and longitude lines type shit. It's like a grid around in the magnetic field of the planet, as well as in the magnetic field of your body. And it's sections of this magnetic field that determine or are linked to certain aspects of life, right? So when you combine these three elements, you got the constellation giving the energy. You got the planet as a force of nature. The force of nature is channeling a specific type of energy, and that energy is playing out in a specific aspect of life, whether it be your life or the life of the planet. planet, which go hand in hand. We exist in the planet's magnetic field. Our planet also impacts these other planets. Our star system is part of a constellation as well. So other planets have zodiacs, which aren't the same as ours. Now let's talk about reincarnation now in this concept, because right now we're talking about the game of human life. Don't get it fucked up. We're still talking about the game of human life, right? So this is how the machines works according to like the astrological perspective. But the purpose is evolution, right? So okay, you got the divine spark, the initial thought, the initial intention that structured all of this. I call it Mu. Mu, though, fractalizes itself into many Mu's. So these will be like souls, many gods, you and I. So souls, and what do these souls do? We travel within the creation as agents of creation. So we create on behalf of our larger unified self, but we do it as individuals. So we want to create shit. Mu wants to create shit, and so do we as many Mu's. We want to create things, and we also want to experience. We want to experience our creations. We want to just experience love from different perspectives and on different vibrations. So what do? We utilize this astrological game system. I'm a soul. I want to create this or that. Well, okay, we can look at, okay, what do I need to create that? What materials do I need to create that? What type of identity do I have to have? I need to develop my character to a certain level to create this certain thing. So, okay, I might got 500 incarnations of development and evolution before I'm able to create my grand intention. So, okay, let me go about that journey. 500 levels, you know what I'm saying? Each incarnation is gonna be helping me to master and utilize different energies that are all a part of me. So one lifetime I might incarnate as a Scorpio sun, Pisces moon, Capricorn rising, like how I am, right? The person that's talking. Or the next lifetime, if I do have one, it might be Cancer sun, Aries moon, you know, and this will all be based off of what do I need to focus on? What do I need to express? What do I need to learn about myself and about the world around me? As you keep stacking these experiences, you develop your character into the person that you need to be to create what you want to create. Everything that the energies that you need is going to reflect in your chart, right? But your chart reflects in life, so you're going to need different life situations. So you might need certain types of siblings, certain types of parents, certain types of schooling. These will be the manifestations of these energy and house and planets that are in your natal chart and transits. These will be the manifestations, right? Your schooling, your jobs, your interests, your pains, your struggles, your transformations. All of these manifestations are just life scenarios, life situations. It's levels within levels. These are levels and setting of the game within the game. So each life is like a game. Each day is like a game. Each week is like a game. Levels within levels, games within games, cycles within cycles. And okay, as far as the incarnations too, right? We got all these star systems. We kind of, I haven't confirmed that there's other life on other planets. You know what I'm saying? Scientifically, I haven't proved it, but I could just intuit it probably is, right? We probably have human-type civilizations across the cosmos on varying vibrations, right? On varying vibrations and expressions of this energy of Mu. You're a cosmic traveler is what I'm getting at. You travel the cosmos to develop your character and experience life. You're not just on Earth. The incarnation loop is not just Earth. You think you just gotta beat Earth and you're gonna be off in the cosmos somewhere. Maybe you gotta beat Earth and you just end up on another star system somewhere. It may be less dense than Earth. It may be less tragic than Earth, but fuck it. You're always gonna exist. You just may not know that you're the same person that existed right now. You just may not know. And it might be completely different. At some point, this universe is gonna dissolve, like, and we gonna create some whole other shit. And this is all happening right now, so that's trippy as fuck. Every time I think about it, it's kind of, it don't make logical sense to me. Like, okay, it's all happening right now. What does that even really like mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, what implications does that have on my life? I can channel anything through the now portal, right? Teleportation, bro. I feel like that shit is possible, bro. But anywho, yeah, this is the game we playing, a cosmic traveler. But why do you do all this, right? Because the cost of all of this experience, right? We do it for fun, we do it to experience love, but what's the cost of it? The cost of life, the cost of creation, you gotta pay. You gotta pay for it. It's just like you gotta pay for life, right? You gotta pay to be alive through work, through service. Service to yourself, service to humanity is work. Now, you can change your perspective on it. The cost of power is pain, right? You can change your perspective on it, but it is what it is. Like the Buddha said, life is suffering. Like, to live, to create, the cost of that is suffering. There's nothing wrong with incarnating, though. There's nothing wrong with being alive. That's what a lot of spiritual people are not understanding. There's nothing wrong with thinking. There's nothing wrong with creating. It's just that it costs. So be real about it. But it's like, how long would you want to, okay, a lot of people, they feel like they're chasing nirvana, they're chasing, okay, escaping samsara, leaving the incarnation cycle. They tired of this game. But it's like, bruh, maybe you're tired of this game because you want to create another game. Maybe you're tired of this game because you want to create a new perspective of this game that you're playing. Like I said at the beginning, you're tired of a game that's not even reality. You're tired of playing a fake ass game. Fuck what everybody else say. Fuck what I'm saying. What's this game to you? What's your life perspective? Be revolutionary about it and stand on it. Express it. Live it. If it works, it works. Fuck what anybody gotta think about it. Fuck what anybody gotta think about you. If you survive, if you can make it happen, make it happen. Even if you die, fuck it. You still gonna exist. Your energy. Alright? And I'm gonna leave it at that. At a high level. At a high note. Ah!